Today is September 24th, 2025, and we are here at William Tugman State Park along the Oregon coast, about 15 miles north of Coos Bay. And we are staying in one of their yurts. This is actually Yurt D on the A loop, and we're gonna give you a little tour of these yurts. So they all have a dome skylight that you can open via that corkscrew thing. It doesn't open very far, but just enough to get a little ventilation. And excuse the mess. We checked in last night and we got up this morning, so we still have the bedding out. But they come with these heaters, which does a good job keeping the place warm at night. There's a couple outlets. There's one over there, and there's one over here just below the power bank. There it is. We brought a night light. We're here with our friends Ken and Connie, Robert and I. So there's four of us. You can see there's a bunk bed with a nice big, I'm pretty sure queen size, at least for the width, on the bottom, and a twin on the top, which we're just using for storage. And then right over here, this is a futon that we have converted into the bed. So when you're not sleeping, you just set it up as a futon, so it's kind of like a couch. And then looking this way, there's the door. There's a small table with two chairs. We have windows. There's a window there, a window there, and a window over here. So there's three windows. We opened these windows when we first got here because it was a little hot and stuffy in here. So we opened the windows, got a little ventilation. Then last night we closed them to keep the heat in as it cools off at night. There's light switches, one for the inside light and one for the deck. Turn on this inside light. This little light goes on. It gives you plenty of light for nighttime. And then there's a circuit breaker box for all the stuff. And then there's a deck light. I turn this on and go outside. There's a deck light right there. So turn that off. Okay, you can see how we have all our stuff out here. We brought a camp kitchen so we can wash our dishes. There's a nice deck out here with a bench. There's our door. It's got a key code for the lock. They give you a 4-digit key code so you can get in when you register. And it's got this nice awning to cover in case it's raining. But this being late September, it hardly ever rains. Well, it could rain. We're starting to get into the rainy season. So I come down the steps, and here's our campsite. We got our chairs here. There's Ken, Connie, and my husband, Robert. We've got a table set up. We brought our Blackstone griddle. We just cooked breakfast on it. So got our cooler. And they got a nice fire pit here. As you can see, we got a fire going. And here's the other campsites around. And we got a nice little asphalt pathway right here that leads to the restrooms. So we can walk down here. We'll just go down to the restrooms. Just walk down here. These restrooms they're fairly clean. They're very good. There's a sink, and at least on the men's side, there's a urinal that goes all the way to the floor, one of those kinds, and one stall. There's a pathway down that way, pathway up this way. So we're in Yurt D on the A loop. So this A loop has all the yurts or at least most of the yurts. And then you can see people have got their trailers and their fifth wheel trailers. And then the Highway 101 is just through that gap there above that red pickup truck. That's where the 101 is. So there's a little bit of traffic noise on there. But otherwise, this William Tugman State Park here in the beautiful state of Oregon is very nice. Nice place. Ooh, there's a bunny. A little bunny rabbit. So long. And so long.